Hello, I'm Madeline Bracken, and by watching this video today, you're gonna learn one thing, and that's how to manage your time. That's how to get things done. Because you know what? There's always an excuse of why not to get things done. I know John Huntsman Jr., John Huntsman, I'm mistaken, not junior, senior. John Huntsman, multi-billionaire, he always said, there's never a right time to get started on a big project. And that's true. There's always an excuse. There's always an excuse why not to do the things that you want to do, that I want to do. You know, maybe it's, oh, I need to get blank done. I need to get my shopping done. Things are really busy right now. I'll start my big project as soon as the term is over, as soon as I get this big project done, as soon as things slow down. Things never slow down. Surprise, I hate if you were waiting for that because they really don't. Things don't slow down unless you demand that they slow down, unless you take action in slowing down. So today you're going to learn 3 time management techniques I learned from multimillionaire Joe Vitale. These are 3 time management techniques that not only Joe Vitale uses, but I use. Not only do I use them, but also millionaires like Mary Kay from Mary Kay Cosmetics. I also learned some of these from her as well. And so let's get started. And they're so simple. They're so simple you can start them today, and I promise they're game changers. I've seen them change life after life of my students. I've seen them go from being hectic to actually going to bed each night knowing that they're one step closer to their goals. How would that feel to you? To go to bed every night knowing you're one step closer to what you want to accomplish. If you watch this video, if you put it into practice, you'll be able to do that. And for a moment, I want you to think about your goals. What are they? What are the big ones? What are some? And then think of your last week. How many action steps did you take to help you get directly towards that goal? Well, if you're like I was, or many people are, you begin to realize your action steps each week don't actually lead you towards your goal. They don't actually bring you a step closer. They help you survive, but not thrive. So for a moment, these 3 techniques, the number one time management technique is to stay in the present moment. To stay in this present moment. Pretty simple, right? A lot of people get stressed a lot, but you really only get stressed if you're thinking about the past or you're living in the future. When you're in the present, you're able to take each goal and really go towards it and really stay focused and not get that feeling of overwhelm. So that's step number 1, stay present. Step number 2 is delegate. There's so much that needs to be done. If you're a business owner, or if let's say you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're just trying to get a few things more done, delegating. Millionaire after millionaire that I've spoken with, and just people who are truly successful, it doesn't even matter if it's about money, they've learned this art of delegating, of realizing they don't have to get it all done. I once heard a man who became a very successful entrepreneur, he said, if I can find someone who can do it 80% as well as I can, I delegate it. And this is something most of the people I work with, especially those who own their own companies, have a really hard time with. They hold on to each task, but they don't understand to get to here, they need to be able to delegate those small tasks. I know one thing that Mary Kay taught is one of the big game changers for her is when she learned to delegate the housework. When she actually hired a maid on to come clean the house because she didn't want to waste those precious moments she had with her children, with her husband, with her work, on cleaning the house. And a lot of people say, oh, Madeline, but I can't delegate that. I really can't delegate blank. You probably can. Think about it. So just look through your schedule and see which tasks you can actually delegate right now. I promise you, if you do this, it can make phenomenal changes to your life. Open up spaces so you can do the things necessary to move forward in the areas you do want to move forward with. The 3rd time management technique, and this one is a big one. It's one that 80% or more of millionaires are doing on almost a daily basis. 80% of millionaires. That's pretty big. And it's a task that those who are making only $40,000 or less a year, only about, I believe it was around 7% of people who make $40,000 or less a year do this on a daily basis. So it's clearly one of those habits that those who are successful do, and those who aren't successful don't do it as much. And that is making a to-do list. I know, you're probably thinking, Madeline, I have a to-do list at home that's 2 pages long. That's not working for me. But I want to be specific. I'm going to tell you how I kind of tweak this, how I learned it from my mentors, and how you can really utilize it to your best advantage. So Joe Vitale actually recommends, and as does Mary Kay, writing your to-do list at night. Writing your to-do list at night, not in the morning, at night, and it doesn't have to be right before you go to bed, just sometimes in the evening. So writing that to-do list out, and then as you write this to-do list though, make sure it only has about 6 things in it. Only about 6 things in it. If it has more than 6 things, people get overwhelmed. I get overwhelmed. My students get overwhelmed. I've seen people get overwhelmed and I think, I can't get through this entire list. So don't make yourself. Make it easier on yourself. Give yourself permission only to do 6 things. But make those 6 things important. I would recommend to add to this, to help you make those 6 things the most important, to do it in front of your vision board. Your I am mosaic. Do it in front of I like to do mine, in front of a very simple vision board. These right here have all my major goals that I'm working towards right now. And as I'm writing my to-do list, I like to have this in order to help me prioritize. I first look at all my things I'm going for, and I say, all right, which one of these am I going to go towards tomorrow? And I make sure I put a small action step towards each one of my goals. So that way when I go to bed at night, one, I have a 6 item to-do list with little check marks, but also knowing I've made a direct action step towards every single one of my major goals. Pretty simple, right? Nothing huge, nothing miraculous, but these are things that make all the difference. I challenge you to try this. I challenge you to try this for even a week. Try it for a week. See what happens. See what happens if you stay present in this moment. See what happens if you just allow yourself to ask for help. A lot of the times when I do business coaching, some of the first assignments I give my students is ask for help at least 3 times a day. Because a lot of people, especially if you're a lot of a go-getter, you're not used to asking for help, but ask for help 3 times a day. Then after that one, make that to-do list at night. Make that very simple to-do list. And you'll see daily how your dreams don't just stay dreams, they become a reality. I know personally, I have to change my vision board or my I am mosaic or whatever you want to call it, this thing. I have to change it about every 1.5 years because I accomplish the things on there, and I don't say that to brag. But I say that so you know that you can accomplish these things. I've had student, friend, client achieve their dreams. I want you to achieve your dreams. Go out there, experiment with it, just try it, and see the results for yourself. Thank you, and have an amazing day.